Hi guys, my name's Seb Tudor, I'm the man on the Zove Mountain, and welcome back. We are back in Torment Tides of Numenera, and we were going to go and achieve some more this time, hopefully. But also, I might be taking sips of this whilst we're recording today, because the other day after playing this for about 3 hours straight and reading to you guys, by come the evening my voice had kind of deteriorated quite substantially. So, let's get back into it. I believe we were off to go and see the Order of Truth again. So that's what we're going to do, and we'll see what happens. I do like that statue. Again, I'm enjoying this game for so many different reasons. Mostly, though, because it... just from the little bit that we've played so far, and just from the art style and some of the bits and pieces, like this statue and like this fountain of bugs and things like that, that's already going on. What's this? Do you know what? Maybe we won't do that just yet. But no, it just feels very much like the pen and paper game, and it looks the part, and
ready.
Yeah, I'm just very much enjoying myself. But anyway, let's go talk to the folks at the Order of Truth, because I don't trust the cultists. We won't trust them. And maybe it's I'm a little bit biased because I know more. But oh god, it's Koro. Let's go talk to this person first. Who are you? Slouched before you is a figure clad in dusty, unremarkable robe. Loose folds of rough cloth shift to reveal a vaguely humanoid form with elongated facial features and two elaborate biomechanical arms. You can't help but notice the size, the shape, and even the number of its digits changing as it tinkers with a bizarre-looking device on the table. It glances up at you, its eyes are the size of your palms. You realise it is a visitant, a being from another world. Greetings, fellow sentient, it says, nodding with studied respect. I will be with you in a moment. Its mechanical fingers contract and dance independently over the surface of the device before it adjusting and tightening. There. I am Snurf, guest of the Order of Truth. What brings you to my workspace? Tell me about yourself. Your curiosity honors me, it says, inclining its head. I came through the bloom from another world. To be absolutely honest, I was exiled for inadvertent sacrilege and perversion. This is the person that we want to talk to. I would imagine that you are curious about my people's reproductive processes at this point. Maybe this isn't the person we want to talk to, it adds placidly. I would happily describe them. I wasn't, but that sounds like an interesting topic. It is, Snurf says brightly, though it is far from the most esoteric method I've uncovered in my studies. It is a rather complicated topic, however, so let me know when you're ready to speak at length. I'm interested now. Let's talk now. Deprived of the layers of sociological complexity, the process is quite simple, the visitant says. At a certain age, my people ceremonially choose a limb for removal. The limb is grown into a new being, children in your terminology. It sighs. This is where matters get more complicated. The selected part relegates the child to a caste. Arm children become labourers, leg children become warriors, and head children, due to the sacrifice implied in their creation, become leaders. Come on, game. I want to know the rest. There you go. Snurf studies its metal hands. As I've suggested, the limbs we surrender do not grow back. In fact, those who replace their limbs insult their children and sin against their people. This is where your mechanical limbs come in, I'd imagine. You are correct, it says, unfortunately. I surrendered my arms to create my children. They grew to maturity and joined me in my study of various void-born Numenera. For a time, we were happy. It lowers its eyes. Then I discovered a melted humanoid figurine. I did no more than glance at its folded arms before it opened its eyes. That is the last thing I remember. I woke with the arms you see now. My children, thinking I had disowned them, disowned me, and my people were even less merciful. Yeah, well, it wasn't fair of your people to punish you for an accident. Indigo and gold, yay! I don't know what that means yet. I'm not sure it was, the visitant says. My work was difficult at best when I lacked arms. Perhaps the artifact heard my frustration and sought to ease it. Snurf shakes its head. A moment's weakness can cost us so much. At least I have found other ways to take my mind off the loss of my family and people.
My studies have borne fruit.
Okay, XP, yay. It was only when I began visiting other worlds that I learned that most species do not reproduce by severing their limbs. The discovery fascinated me, and so I began cataloguing the various methods of procreation found throughout the void. It was only when I found my way to Sagus Cliffs by way of the Bloom that I was offered a place to work here in the Order of Truth, and there you have it. Okay. What's the device? Can I have it? A minor project of mine, something to widen the boundaries of my research. It scans for unknown reproductive processes and displays them for further study. Ah, watch! A transparent image of two goat-headed humanoids, who I believe are called Marga from the ninth world bestiary or whatever, appears over the device. At first, it seems they are wrestling each other. After a moment, okay. Copulating Marga, fascinating. The visitant begins taking careful angular notes in an unfamiliar language on the scroll beside the device. There is quite a lot of motion involved, isn't there? Oh god. Do you know what they released for the pen and paper game Love and Sex in the Ninth World, which was an absolutely great supplement book on how to deal with adult themes. This though is just hilarious. You're going to be rich. What? No, the device itself will not be for sale. I'm writing a book, however. The book for people who can read is going to be great. I can assure you. Okay, bye.
It is done.
Okay, she leveled up. Right, how do we level her up? Clicking on this and going to level up, I guess. Okay, so she was already... Oh, wait. No? Oh, I can only increase her edge or her effort. Okay. Her max effort is 2. I'm assuming she's a nano, so her effort should be... Let's increase her edge. She's probably got... Yeah. Let's increase... Oh, okay, she didn't have one up until this point. Fair enough, but that's done now. You look like you're in charge. I don't want to go over and talk to you yet. This priest is tall and thin, and dressed only in black. Narrow slashes of oil decorate his unlined skin like lettering in an unknown tongue. His eyes are harried but alive with intelligent humour. They land on you and with a tiny flicker of recognition. He's back. I wonder what brings him here now. Then his gaze moves from you to your companion. Hello, Calistige. Here to work or just visit? And with the husk. I hope this isn't a long-term visit. Perception. His smile, you note, is the slightest bit strained. Oh, I like being observant and reading people's minds. It's like real life. Just a bit of business. Have you ever heard anything about a resonance chamber, Min? We're looking for a way to repair one. You're what? He gasps. I thought that thing was a myth, and you're trying to repair it? Where is it? Is that what he and Salamari, that person, were working on? I'd love to see that. I'd rather not say. Ah, probably wise. Anyway, do you have any I have this shard. Take a look. Organic and crystalline. It was grown into the appropriate shape for the machine. This is definitely what Salamari was working on all those years ago with her partner. He looks at you, his eyebrow raised, but does not say more. Reluctantly, he hands it back. It must be him then. But why lie? I'll ask Salamari about it later. In all honesty, I focus on more traditionally powered machines. Salamari, Murray, that person, has some experience with organic machine construction. You might ask her about it. I think she's the person talking to Koro. Tell me about the machine behind you. It makes levies, the guardians of Sagus Cliffs. Our records say that the Vargellan that we sucked into our head earlier found a similar device in the ruins of Archipelasia, far to the north. He convinced the city that a local version, a modified one, would be of use. In order to become a citizen, everyone in Sagus Cliffs, even the ones born here, gives a year of their lives to the machine. It uses that borrowed time to create a levy. That seems fair and elegant way to serve. I agree. Better than giving an actual year of your life, following orders and marching around in the daylight. At any rate, the levies created by the machine are nearly identical, and they only last a year. After that, they quietly return to the machine and dissolve into... his hand grips the air, trying to frame the words, grey gunk? It's incredibly unpleasant to watch, but they don't seem to mind. Fascinating. I'm getting all these tidal shifts, and I don't know what they mean yet. It is, and nothing is wasted. We just used the same gunk for the next levy. Good thing too, I have no idea how to make more gunk. Anyway, that's the machine. Any other questions? No. Come back anytime. What else have we got over here? Let's take a look around before we go and talk to people. What's this? Examine the papers and books. Cross through the mess documents, blah blah blah. Bizarre structures uncovered by scholars and explorers. The owner of this desk seems to have been particularly interested in doors, door frames, and archways. So that's probably either for the archway outside, or this desk is tidy and neat. Is open. Okay, so that's about the Nyctherma and outside. Shows the ninth world. Green lines depicting trajectories that a ship could follow into the void between worlds. Anything else? What's this? Of course. A small wireframe pyramid sits on a base of polished wood. Lying inside the pyramid is a dull sphere of silverish metal. Examine the base. The base appears to be made of a slab of lurid red stone. Oh, you recognise it as petrified wood. Okay. An inscription is... Examine the inscription. The inscription is in an alien language. It has been burned into the wood and then filled with a luminous substance. Though you know you haven't seen the language in your own short life as a cast-off, it seems familiar. Let's try and remember. I don't have any to use. Oh well. Yeah, we need to get some rest. So we'll come back and take a look at that another time.
Natural.
Anything else? No. Okay. Well, we've got these guys over here now, so you recognise one of the parties in this one-sided argument. Koro, the Star Seeker you met in the Reef. He studies his boots, silent and miserable. The other is a tall woman in a finely cut robe, regarding the man with arch disdain. When I told you to retrieve the falling star, I wonder if you heard, return to me with empty hands and excuses, she sighs. I no longer need your services, Koro. Collect your things and go. What? No, Salamari. I searched the reef for hours. Whatever fell was long gone by the time we got there. And that is why you are unsuited for this work. She massages her eyes. Honestly, I don't know what I expected. I saw promise in you, but also the flaws, and I ignored them. She spots you out of the corner of her eye, turns to you, framing a sharp rebuke at your intrusion. Her anger turns into stark amazement when she sees your face. Darn, well, we've heard that name before. I haven't seen you in 10 years. 10 years. I cannot begin to imagine what your excuse might be. Our last night together was so incredible. What could possibly have driven him off? Let's not lie. She blinks once, twice. A smile blooms. You're a cast-off, she murmurs, studying you from head to foot with an appraising and somewhat proprietary eye. Remarkable. This is rather like visiting a house you've once owned and seeing new tenants through the windows. That just makes me feel a bit... Ugh. I've met members of your little family before, of course, trailing around in that shadow, looking for clues or trying to repair the damage. Her smile is genuine and somewhat sad. Her eyes linger on yours, as if looking for any flash of recognition. I can help you if you like, but I need something from you first. Let's just not allude to it, shall we? Doesn't it? She says. Well, it's a bit of a long pitch, so do let me know when you're ready to talk about it. What is it? Why are all these people concerned about us not having time to talk to them? Let's talk about the favour, because then she can help us in kind afterwards. Of course, she draws your attention to a map of the Reef of Fallen Worlds on her workstation and taps a gilded, ornate structure not far from the dome containing the resonance sphere. This is the anechoic lazaret? Sorry, didn't realise I still had something open on my PC that was making noise. It has been hopelessly sealed since the dawn of the Ninth World, until, she smiles, I managed it in a week or two. It was quite simple once you figured out the trick. I've been slipping in and out at nights, investigating the technology within, taking notes. She frowns. Then, more recently, I discovered the structure was sealed again. Do you think one of your colleagues is responsible? I doubt it. First of all, I haven't told them. The Order has been trying to open the lazaret for centuries, and I want it to myself for now. Secondly, my colleagues are nosy and somewhat competitive in a charmingly amateuristic fashion, but none of them have the stones for out-and-out treachery. I believe someone tramped inside with no regard for the dangers and managed to trigger a fail-safe that resealed the structure. I need someone to reopen the lazaret and handle whatever nonsense the trespassers have stirred up in their wake. Why me? Simple, you're a cast-off. All of you were made to be useful in some way or another. All of you are, at minimum, competent. In short, you're better than any of the draft I have hand. Besides, I can reopen the structure. The concern is what's waiting for me inside. I want you to deal with whatever's gone wrong in there so that I can resume my work. Needless to say, I would also prefer the structure in an undamaged state as I left it. Well, there it is. Will you help me?
I'm making a note.
Yeah. What's that? Metallic eye. Oh, okay. Excellent. Simply head down to the Reef of Fallen Worlds, brandish this at the door of the lazaret, and it should open before you go. Good luck. Please, Salamari, Koro says, edging in beside you. Give me another chance. I can handle this. I have to win her back. Her respect, I mean. Right, her respect. I'm just gonna let this You're welcome to try, Koro. This is your last chance. If you come back empty-handed, you had better be dead as well. She's a bit demanding, isn't she? I'll prove myself to her. Then she'll see me as more than just a mercenary. Oh, dude, you're going to end up dead. That's kind of sad. He's going to fail, of course. It's what he does. Hey ho. I wanted to ask some questions about the changing god. Good. Curiosity about your origin is quite healthy. I will be happy to share what I know once you've completed that favour for me. Okay. Fine. Who's that over there? Oh, that's Nerf. Who's this? Lan Uring. Who are you? The thin man smiles hesitantly. I'm not a real priest yet. It's the implant in your forehead. It's not on my... Oh, it's just the skin. I mean, it's bonded with my skull. Oh, right. It keeps me awake and alert. I don't get tired until it runs out of power. What power is it? I think blue must be curiosity or something. Dreams, the scarier ones the better. I can't remember the last time I had a good dream, actually. I'm sure it's just coincidence, though. Okay, so what do you do here? What? You want to know what I'm working on, are you sure? Yeah, why not? It's all XP and helpful to me, so, you know, go ahead. I'm designing an intelligence, but not the normal kind, not just metal or with a dependent intelligence rigging system. No, it's larger than that, stronger. Lan himself seems to be getting stronger, rising as he speaks. The idea is this: an intelligence can find, test, identify, and fully understand Numenera. We can unlock the secrets of lost civilizations. Do you understand? If we do this, we can break the chains binding us to the past and turn them into reins with which to steer the future. That seems useful. No one would get hurt testing Numenera on themselves. Oh, of course. It's only a theory, though, for now. I don't have the funding, not yet. But I've been studying machines with Min when he can spare the time, and he likes my ideas, even if he thinks they're impossible. I think he's disappointed I'm not a real Aeon priest yet. I should have the money by now. I was told they'd keep paying me after the first time. This sounds like Minute. No. Don't you want to be one? Oh yes, that would change everything. Only full Aeon priests have access to the Order's funds. I can use them to build a full prototype. Min might protest, but he'll understand once I get the design right. I just need to get it right, that's all. Well, what do you need to become an Aeon priest? You have to make a major discovery, a mystery that's remained unsolved for a long time, but I've spent too much time on my own research. I haven't gotten anywhere. I'll tell you about something I've discovered you can claim as your own and become an Aeon priest. Yeah, okay. You will? Is that allowed? Yeah, look at this as a colleague supporting your studies. Yay, silver. Thank you. What discoveries have you made? What sort of discoveries will help you? Really major ones. Long-standing problems in the city, for example, or solving a mystery that remains unexplained for a long time. Okay, well, when we find a thing, we'll let you know. Bye.
Of course.
Okay, first off, before we go and do anything else, we kind of need to find somewhere to rest. Because I got no points left because I decided to use as many as I could at the beginning of the game just to see what they did. So,
We shall see.
in fact, hold on. Let's go and take a look at what's down here. Let's climb down. Is this where we get killed by something because we've just decided to step into the unknown without without giving a damn? What are you? Crippled foreman. Segments of a bisected construct's legs lie scattered around it. Someone has painstakingly altered these pieces, giving them small limbs, tiny metallic heads. Okay. You feel a bubbling sensation in your mind. It must be the construct's surface thoughts, but they are too quick and alien for you to make sense of them. I do not understand. Don't they want to live? The viaducts are open, the commands are received, and yet, every time I give my children life, they die. Okay. You can't have children, you're a machine. These tiny things of your children? Not anymore, now they are inanimate and lifeless. Their adaptive personalities have been lost. I do not understand why they are dying. I have given the subject of procreation a great deal of thought over the last century, and there are no errors in my calculations. My assistant, Tarnish, built my children's bodies to my precise specifications. Their intelligence reservoirs are shielded against permanent loss, and I want them to live. That should be enough. Let me examine them. I might be able to help. I agree, and I believe a new direction has presented itself.
Updated my journal.
Oh, okay. My children need more energy to live, but my construction prevents me from transfers above a certain threshold, and for good reason. Energy transfers above a certain percentage would lead to a chain of ruptures in my intelligence rings. I would die. Help me force myself to make this transfer, for I cannot do it myself. Click. Help me give more life to my children.
Updated my journal.
What it asks sounds difficult. Difficult, but not impossible. The Order of Truth may be able to help us accomplish. We can go and talk to Snurf. Will you help me? I don't want to help you kill yourself. Very well. If you change your mind, my assistant Tarnish may have some ideas on how to proceed.
Let's go.
Are you Tarnish? No, you're broke. You just stood there. Master Foreman. Okay, so he's just stood here. Late for your shift. Your first shift, Smith. Grab a station and a hammer and damn well get to work. Do you call all your workers by this? I'm not one of your workers. You're not? Good, because I was going to have you fired at the end of the day anyway. What do you want? Why are you here? Spit it out. Who are you? I am the Master Foreman. The mind and the will build the city you see today. Okay. You can't move, can you? No, I don't need to. Sounds like managers I've known in the past. Once we foremen were the tools of the cartographers, and their vast web of machine intelligences submerged in the song of their will. We worked with thoughtless joy. Then one day the song fell silent and our bodies froze, where they stand even now. Some of us have lost our faith in those first few centuries. Some of us thought the cartographers were punishing us, or had abandoned us. Only I saw their absence for what it was. It was a gift of free will. We were their tools no longer. We were our own masters, freed from the chains of thoughtless motion, free to imagine our future, and so we did for millennia. Who were the cartographers? We don't know. The most we know of them is their names in the code, and the vessels we were building for them that they never claimed. Our creation came at their order, but we have never known their faces, only their song. While the others dithered and wailed, I bent my mind to the future. I analysed the work we had done for the cartographers. To my shame, I found flaws in the processes. I removed them. For the next cluster of centuries, I studied the vast catalogue of known technology in Numenera in my mind and strung them together, creating new inventions for the day when the cartographers returned and reactivated us. But that day never came. But humans eventually did. Yes, and though you are flawed and fragile, you made perfect tools, just as we had once been. Your people found us, and the era of my greatest work began. They asked us to help them raise this city until it cast all others in shadow, to cobble their artifacts and their trinkets into grand devices that would power every corner and make them safe from their enemies. And I told them I had a plan. You see the fruit of our mighty effort all around you. Okay. So... let's ask him about Matkina. Yes, she wanted us to repair her temporal manipulation device. Planned on fiddling around in her past, no doubt. I don't recommend it, but it's not my business if people want to tangle reality. You suddenly feel dizzy, unaware the construct carries on. Nothing was wrong with her artifact. Probably meant that there was something wrong with her. But again, that's none of my business. You blink, swaying, and open your eyes on a different time. The underbelly is not yet what it will become. The three foremen are dim shapes in a wavering hemisphere of light. The air is thick with dust, and great machines beyond are cold and silent. True to its nature, the Master Foreman is lecturing you. No, the construct says. What matters is that it can be done. Should doesn't matter. Should is a waste of everyone's time. Are you fainting? The Master Foreman, the present one, says suspiciously. No fainting allowed on the manufactory floor. We can't have workers tripping over you and toppling into forges. We'll miss deadlines. You open your eyes and the memory collapses. I need advice on repairing a crystalline device in the ring. Consultation, Ed. Tell you what, bring me a piece of the device to examine, and I'll count the examination as payment for advice rendered. Deal? Okay.
Making a note.
Microfissure saturated with organic fluid. This device of yours is alive. Replacement crystals need to be grown, not made. Can't help you more than that. Growing crystals isn't my business, but those ruin diggers in the Order of Truth might be able to... Okay, fair enough. So... may I have some other business for you? No. Okay. Energies from this massive engine are channeled into the... Oh, it's a rocket. It's a rocket that's been turned into a forge. That's kind of cool.
Of course.
Who are you? Michaela. Welcome to Michaela's Mechanicals. I got a bunch of broken stuff and a few things that work. You want any of it? Let me know. Where do you get your stock? Trade, mostly. There's an old priest named Alligan. Oh. Okay. Trade with the Stitcher. Okay, now and then they dig up all kinds of things in those tunnels of theirs. Picky about what they trade for, though. Only want things that'll hold a lightning charge, flash packs, generators, and that kind of thing. Which is weird now that I think of it, because their eggs hold a charge, like little batteries. They are. I've never converted. I've even converted a few of them to power things, though. Don't tell the Stitcher that. It's like using a baby for firewood. Oh. Okay, so we asked about Matkina. Oh, I know that one. Carked and twitchy. Asked me to ken the workings of some weird old device she had, obsessed with it, like it was a bit of sniff, and she a slave to it. Never seen the like. You seem the kind would be interested, so I'll tell you, it was a jagged, knobby thing, black and evil, little warts all over. She seemed to think it could help her remember something, but I couldn't even figure it if it was on or off. Near to killed me when I couldn't make it work for her. I'd be mad, except I saw how sick she was with it. Shaking, tears, the whole lot. Sent her on her way and wished her luck. She'll need it, poor thing. Okay, let me see what you have for sale. Oh, I have other items. I didn't realise I had other items. What's this? Crystalline shard versus sling charge. It's a short, light range weapon. Costs a fair amount though. That's the thing, we don't have any money yet, so I don't even really know why I'm looking at this stuff. But I have just found out that we had a thing in our inventory that we weren't aware of before, so can we wear that instead? There we go. Very swanky. Although I will admit I like the white. But that's 3 resistance, this is 1 armor, 2 resistance, so a little bit of a trade-off, but can we sell you things? Did we get cash for that? We did get cash for that, just a little bit. Okay.
I'm going.
Right, this seems oh, there's Allegan. We need to talk to him. We got mutants, changing god cultists. Who are you? Crooked Keek. Hello, I'm Crooked Keek of the Cold Canyon Tribe. I haven't seen you down here before. I hope you're not here to fish. They're nibbling instead of biting today. Cold Canyon Tribe, are they down here too? No, they're all gone, either dead or gone. There used to be a lot of us. We came here when I was a baby, running from a war? Some sort of war that never ends. My parents thought we would be safe here, but the tribe died off one by one. The city is hard on people like us. How is city hard on your tribe? They were used to living in the wilderness, so they knew what they could eat safely. Here, it's not so simple. My mother told me that 10 people died eating tainted food before we found this fishing hole. Then there's the diseases you can catch in the city, and the hate. A lot of us were killed just for being hard to look at, I guess. Metkina, that's not what people call her. They call her the White Death. She's an assassin. I don't know where she is. I hope I never do. Why are you scared of her? They say she can freeze your blood by speaking your name, and if you look her in the eyes, all your hair will turn white. I'm already going grey, it's not a problem. Is your real name Crooked Keek? Sort of. My parents called me Keek, but the nickname came later. It's because I sell junk for high prices and bribe the levies to carry people off in the night. She laughs. No, not really. People call me Crooked because I look twisted and broken. I wish they wouldn't, but it's okay. I'm crooked, right? That's a little sad. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Yes.
Who's that? Varanoth. This large, heavily muscled woman wears what appears to be rags that should have fallen apart ages ago. Okay. Hello, can anyone hear what I'm saying? I can't make this work. Without warning, she slaps herself. I hope no one saw that. Oddly, no thoughts at all come from this woman. At least you think she has none. There's a faint whispering at the edge of your hearing, but you can't make out any words. Who are you? Are you talking to me? Oh, you are. My name is Varanoth, Champion of the Wastes. The woman flinches at the sound of the very different booming voice that came from her own mouth. That's not my name, you stupid thing. It's Varanoth, Champion of the Wastes. Damn. I come from a land you've never heard of. Damn it, I guess I'm not allowed to say. So you aren't Varanoth, Champion of the Wastes. I'm not, but you might as well call me that. Or just Varanoth. I'm not actually here. I'm just talking through her and trying to move her around. It keeps yelling over me if I talk about something I'm not supposed to, but maybe if I speak carefully, my family explores the world using special tools. But they tell me I'm too young to help, so I waited until everyone was sleeping and, you know, are you an explorer too? Yes, I am, but not like you. Oh ho. For some reason, I thought that you were a champion of the wastes too. Damn, it did it again, didn't it? Just don't tell anyone what I am, alright? Okay. Why do your people explore? Our impenetrable fortress in the Lost Valley is falling apart. I think we should just go out into the world for real, but no, my family is afraid. I'm not, of course, but they won't even let me use this thing. I have to sneak around like a child. What can that construct do? Well, it's really hard to break. My mother, that's who usually controls it, once got stepped on by an adult Earthshaker. It just stuck her in the ground like a nail. The woman flexes her massive bicep. Am I flexing? The girl says. I'm trying to flex. Anyway, it's also incredibly strong. Punches holes in mountains strong. And it's not really a construct. There's no metal inside. She has blood, bones, perfect human expressions. Not that you can tell that from how I do it, the girl adds sourly. The woman's face grimaces along with her. Okay. Where did you get... I was born in a storm on a battlefield at night, the woman roars. Huh? The girl says after a respectful silence. She really doesn't want me to tell you what I just tried to tell you. Okay. Can you tell me about anything about where you got it? Seeds. The girl blurts. Oh, she let me say it. But it probably won't get anywhere with more. Sorry. Okay. Bye.
All right.
Well, something fun seems to have happened over there. Do you know what? What we're going to do is we're going to go... Hold on. We're going to stop talking to people for the moment, because as much as talking to people is fun, we're already kind of approaching an hour, and again, we've not found much. So we're just going to have a quick look around. Does this lead back up? Yeah.
Ready.
Seemingly. Because we need to go find somewhere to rest so that we can get our points back, so that then next time we can...
Coming.
Oh. Are we in a... This isn't the place that I wanted to be. Let's leave. But no, we need to get our points back up. We need to get our pools back up so that then the next one we can go and have a look elsewhere and go and start kind of achieving stuff down in the down on the reef again, so that we can start getting somewhere. Right, where's the...
Yes.
Is that the place up? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, let's climb up the floating ladder.
As you wish.
Is there anything over here? Does this lead to somewhere else? That's cool looking.
All right.
Ah, Silver Orphans. Oh, this looks like an inn. Hi. I'm the proprietress. Meh. Proprietress. Tranquility. Are you looking to take a place to take your ease? Perception. You begin to wonder if the sense of peace that surrounds Tranquility has something to do with the way she speaks. Her voice is low and rich, and she appears to be modulating it in some way. The technique is subtle, but the effect is profound, calming you and making you feel a little sleepy. I'd like a place to sleep. On second thought, I'll rest later. Oh, 20... one shin off just to get those points back up. Okay. You're using your tone of voice to calm me. Is that something you learned? Very few people notice that. Well done. I'm indeed manipulating my voice. When I opened this place, I wanted to make the most relaxing hostel in the 9th world. And I worked to make every aspect of it soothing, even my voice. Another talent of mine has been helpful as well. Are you human? No need for apologies, given my height it is natural. Question, I am indeed human, a human mutant. Unfortunate to live in Sagus Cliffs, where that is not a crime. There are very few places in this world where someone like me would even be allowed to clean a hostel, let alone own one. Tell me about yourself again. Could you use your abilities to put me into a trance? No one's ever asked me something like that before. As interesting a proposition as it is, I must refuse for fear of some complication or retaliation for the same. Please, I promise I hold you blameless if anything goes wrong. Aren't you curious to see what will happen? I am. Nah. Okay, maybe we'll be able to... We'll have to do that again later if we're able to find somewhere to have a nap. Okay, well, as that's the case, then I think it's probably best that we call it quits here, and even though we're not in a great shape, we'll head down to the reef in the next one, and we will kick off from there. So, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video tomorrow. Take care. Thank you very much for watching, guys. If you found this at all entertaining or just fun, then please drop me a like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.